place, oh yeah. Tryna be a better me just for you. But it ain't easy, it's hard to get used to. Minding my own business, I'm not worried about what he do. Cause nowadays all it is to be seafood. I always said this is that I'm staying around people. Finding my own path like I'm writing my own sequel. Two-faced people all around, they be evil. 2021, you can never trust nobody. Good and bad thoughts on my mind, they be crowded. Pushing to get past his limits, then he see he bought it. Family work hard, but I never guess I'm from it. Came a long way in my dream, now I be drowning. Stay dying, I hear got some hearts pounded. Multi-talented, my passion, I haven't found it. Yeah, in my home, I was never successful, I feel. All the memories come flooding, but hit different. I've changed a lot, friends list got thinner. Ain't tripping about enemies, true and stay hidden. He was lurking, so we made sure he went missing. Told the fakers to leave, but they wouldn't listen, they faulty. Now they gotta watch me glisten, they ain't silent. Last time from my bad place, oh yeah. Tryna be a better me just for you. But it ain't easy, it's hard to get used to. Minding my own business, I'm not worried about what he do. Cause nowadays all it is to be seafood. I always said this is that I'm staying around people. Finding my own path like I'm writing my own sequel. Two-faced people all around, they be evil. 2021, you can never trust nobody. Good and bad thoughts on my mind, they be crowded. Pushing to get past his limits, then he see he bought it. Family work hard, but I never guess I'm found it. Came a long way in my dream, now I be drowning. Stay dying, I hear got some hearts pounded. Multi-talented, my passion, I haven't found it. Yeah, in my home, I was never ever doubted. I'm here from my bad place, oh yeah. Tryna be a better me just for you. But it ain't easy, it's hard to get used to. Minding my own business, I'm not worried about what he do. Cause nowadays all it needs to be seafood. I always said this is that I'm staying around people.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everyone. Happy Sunday. It's the boy GSC Gov. I'm back with another video for you guys. Sorry guys that I missed last week, but got a lot of stuff to take care of. So now I'm back. I'm back today, guys. I'm back. There's a lot to go to talk about. Like Liverpool look really dangerous. They swapped Manchester United at Old Trafford. So they swapped them away. Very good and decent. They take care of the Red Devils, good and properly. Honest thought, seems like he already settled in Liverpool. Can he be the surprise, package of them all for the remainder of the season? Let us see. Can Mikel Arteta do it this time around? Third time lucky. Can they be the one to take the title away from Manchester City? Can Chelsea rise to the top this season? Can Newcastle deliver? Looking very good in 3 games. Take care of Tottenham today. Who will take this Premier League this season? This Premier League is starting off where you already see some teams that you can look at and said, these teams can be up there for the top 4 or, can be up there probably challenging for the title this season. Newcastle look very solid, defensively so far, and they're scoring goals too. Even when they're down 10 men, they still find a way. Or it just can be the early bunks of the Premier League season. So I want to say thank you guys for tuning in. 1 second, let me play one more intro for you guys.
Coming from a bad place, oh yeah. Tryna be a better me just for you. But it ain't easy, it's hard to get used to. Minding my own business, I'm not worried about what he do. Cause nowadays all it needs to be seafood. I always said this is that I'm staying around people. Finding my own path like I'm running.
Yes, guys, let's jump into it. Thank you, Miss Melina, the first one to be in the chat. I really appreciate it. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Unfortunate that your team, get that stupid red card. I saw let me talk a little bit about that game first, because it was the first game over the weekend. That was the first game over the weekend. So let me put a little bit of thoughts on that game. I think that Declan Rice yellow card, the referee could have, avoided, then to give the yellow card. But I saw, Cole Palmer get one today for the same, not really the same thing, because the ball was already off the field. The ball wasn't even on the field when he hit it on the board, and he got a yellow card. So these referees seems like, they're trying to put a mark on. So players gonna have to be careful this season what they do in that moment, But that Declan Rice red card, for a player get a red card in that manner, I think the referee could have at least talked to him. It cost Arsenal the 3 points. City look firing. Erling Haaland seems like he's a new man, like he is the beast that we all know he is in front of goal. So I don't know if this, well, it's too early to say this can affect Arsenal to challenge for the title, to be quite honest, because we all know that City gonna have their moment, and Rodri that's even in the team yet, but they're still firing all cylinders. Their team look fresh. They got Gundogan back. They got Civio, very, very direct winger, very good on the ball. So there's a lot going on right now, for both teams that we all expect to be up there challenging for the title. It's just who's gonna come out on top. But right now, you cannot write Liverpool off the way they started. I know every team gonna have a bad patch in the season as usual. They're not gonna be a perfect season for every team. Even if they don't lose, they're gonna drop points either somewhere or another. Especially when the Champions League started, and you have to start it heavily rotated. So I think that that's where the battle is gonna be won. The team with the bigger, what should I say, the bigger squad or the better squad with the rotation, that you can rotate and still find a way how to get points. I think that's gonna be key for the season is the squad. The squad is what's gonna win anyone that win the Premier League this season. I think the team with the better squad, the better bench, the better rotation, I think they're the one that's going to be supreme in this Premier League season, to be quite honest. That's where I think this Premier League going to be won and lost. It's going to be right there with the squad. I think definitely, the better defense and the better midfield and the better attack on the bench. That's where I think it's going to be won and lost. Arsenal did Arsenal and Brighton finished 1-1. I would say it's not. It could have been more if Arsenal did be a little bit more clinical, in the first half. Then I think Arsenal with a walkout, even down with 10 man, with a walkout with a victory. Not a bad performance from them. The red card give Brighton opportunity, especially so early in the game. Give Brighton an opportunity to come back in the game. And I heard a lot of fans, rival fans, being saying that they don't want Arsenal to win the league. But do you want? This is the biggest question of it all. This is the biggest question of it all for everyone. In this Premier League season, do you want Man City to win 5 in a row? This is a thing that we can debate all day. All day long, you can debate it until the end of the season. You can debate it every single day. Do you want to see Arsenal win their first title for 20 years? Or do you want to see Manchester City win 5 in a row? That's a question to each and every one that's tuned in. If you're in the comment section, leave your comment, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe. But this is a question for all of us. Who do you want to win the Premier League title? Do you want Man City to go 5 in a row? Something that your team that probably never gonna be able to do in your lifetime, or do you want to see Arsenal win their first title for 20 years, almost 21, 22 years? Who do you want to see win this Premier League title? Because 4 is hard to do. Imagine 5, and imagine Arsenal win their first title for 20 years. If you're a Chelsea fan, a Tottenham fan, or any other London fan, what that's gonna say about your team. London is blue because Chelsea is the last team to win it in London, which we're gonna touch on them a little bit later on. But we're just having this conversation. Big up, coach. Big up, coach. I really appreciate it, bro. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's an honor. Every time I see coach, it's an honor for me. My teacher, teach me a lot. To be quite honest, guys. If you haven't subscribed over there, please go over and subscribe to Chelsea Perspective. Thank you, coach, for tuning in. Yeah, but I'm gonna look at it this way. If Manchester City go 5 in a row, I don't even think that that my Chelsea gonna be able to do 5 in a row. Honestly, I think that it's gonna be very difficult to break. You can try. If Arsenal win it, we can at least come back and win it, and turn back London in blue. So it's easier, to say that if Arsenal win it, Chelsea can come on and win and do one better or two better, but Newcastle too, we can write Newcastle off. They start off really well, positively. Liverpool looks really dominant. I like the way they play. I like the way how they eye press, similar to what Klopp used to do, but a little bit different. It's not the same, but it's similar, but not really the same. If you understand what I meant, it's close. It's like what do you want to say? Like probably a 20 or 10%. A little bit different, not much margin. But what you guys think? Who you guys really I wanna ask who you guys really think that you think definitely can win this Premier League. So of what you see so far of 3 games, the team that you see play the best in the 3 games, different from Man City. Okay, you got Newcastle, you got Liverpool. I'll put those 2 there. Aston Villa is not that bad. I think they're on 6 points, but between Newcastle and Liverpool, both teams look really solid to me. I think that I know that. Let me make this clear. So anyone watched me couple months ago and say that I still think Chelsea gonna finish 3rd, in my humble opinion. I text a friend today, and he was saying, that the manager is the problem why we didn't win the game today, which we're gonna touch on later. But in my humble opinion, it's too early to even call that. The manager, the transfer window just closed on Friday, so the manager definitely gonna have to get his team and settle in and settle down. So I'm giving it at least 3 to 4 more games after the international break. For the team to really gel a little bit more together. It's gonna take a time. So I'm just saying, like, I'm patient. That's just my humble opinion. Patience is key of life. Everything you do in life, you have to have patience. If you rush and do it, it's not gonna done properly. So I think that we all need to have patience in life. I think that carries true. With a little bit of patience. But right now, with Arsenal and Brighton look really, really well too. Can't leave Brighton out either. Like they're playing similar, like under their former manager De Zerbi, but they're definitely, showing that they're gonna be there and about. Not sure if they're gonna be in the European spot or wherever, but Brighton has shown a little bit of ambition this season. They did well in the transfer market. The first time they spent almost 200 million they spent in the transfer window. Majority of that come from Chelsea anyway. Because if you put Marco Corella and Caicedo, that's and Sanchez, that's over $200 million. So I think that all the players they buy purchased by Chelsea. So they look really well. Young manager. Doing their thing, the positivity, you can see the positivity in their team. None of us know where they're going to finish, but I can say this for sure. Like Brighton is a new team. They seems like they want to achieve something out of the season. So all the top 6 team, I'm gonna have to be careful and I have to be taking their chances because Brighton's are playing the game like they want to be known, like they want to stamp a mark. So I definitely would say Brighton is not going to be a pushover this season in the league. So far, as I said, 99% of the time, when a new manager come in the Premier League, they normally start off well, until the other team adapt to their style of play. So for me, it's gonna probably take a time for us to figure Brighton out or to figure Liverpool out, even Chelsea. Our styles, we can see the difference where the manager is switching it up a little bit. It's not just one way. It's a little bit here and iffy and there. But it's definitely something that we all can sit back and look on. And say like we like what I see. The same thing with Brighton. Like I like the style they're trying to play, and to be quite honest, while we're on the Premier League topic, I see a lot of change in the Premier League overall. I'm not talking just team in general. I'm talking overall. Like you can see a total difference in the Premier League. A lot of teams are changing. Back in the days when you're watching Stoke City, or who else was in the Premier League? Bolton Wanderers used to play good football because Bolton Wanderers used to have some good player like a JJ Okocha. Who else? They used to have some good players. So I'm not gonna say even I'm not going to say Bolton Wanderers. So a lot of people who don't know Bolton Wanderers, they were a force in the Premier League for many, many years. When Big Sam was there, they used to have a wonderful team there, play attractive style of play. But, go back to what I was saying, like if you notice in the Premier League so far, you notice every team is trying to play an attractive type of football. Every team is trying to play a possession-based football. The Premier League is changing. The Premier League is changing, and it's changing a lot. The Premier League is changing quick and fast. It's not like when we used to got the Brighton, not the Brighton, sorry, the Ipswich Town back in the days, the Wigan and Stoke City and Blackburn, where they used to play a lot of long balls, and Sunderland back in the days, they used to play with the target man where they put the ball long and, to hold up and lay it off and all of those stuff, go down the wing and put it in, put a cross in. That used to be the Premier League a lot, like physical. But if you notice, like in the Premier League, it's changing. All the teams are definitely trying to get these players that can play with the ball. Look at Southampton. Even when they're losing, they're still trying to play the possession-based football. They're still trying to play passing out from the back. All those stuff. So the Premier League is changing. All the teams in the Premier League are starting to get a lot of younger players that can use the ball and move the ball around. So the Premier League is changing. And I don't know if anyone noticed it, but I have to bring this up, because I try to watch all the games. And even if I don't watch them live, I'll go back and try to watch them. And to watch how all the teams are playing so far, you can see the big changes. So the next era too, don't be surprised, if the Premier League make a big change where all its teams is playing the same style of football. Someone gonna have to come up with something different. Or the team that have the bigger squad probably gonna that's what gonna take you to that title. It's changing and it's gonna change massively. So you're not gonna find a whole lot of low blocks anymore. You're gonna find a end-to-end type of football. So look out for that. The Premier League is changing. It's changing a lot. Even Ipswich Town, they're still trying to play the ball. They don't try to hit it long and sit back and defend and open, to hit you on the counter. They still happen, but you can see a lot of changes. Manchester United wish they did do that today against Liverpool, as I saw that the notorious Stash one side, Liverpool. But as we're going to talk about that later on too, but let us go into the scores of the game, which Brighton and Albion and Arsenal, finished 1-1. Arsenal took the lead, but Brighton come back and equalize in the second half, and as I said earlier, Declan Rice, got his first red professional red card. I think it's the first time he ever gets sent off in a game. So that's the score, right there. With Brighton take care of Arsenal with the draw, because I have to say take care of Arsenal because all the Man City fans that I see, they're celebrating. They're already celebrating, to be quite honest, that they already have a 2 points lead. But I'm just saying it's too early in the season to really really sit here and say that that is definitely a pot of gold, because it's definitely not. It's not really a pot of gold. It's a good result, for them, because the 2 points leads so early in the season, will definitely be a big margin. But as I said, when it gets December, is who got the better squad to rotate. Mikel Arteta, do he's got let me say this, because I know we got Josh, Arsenal fan, and I know he's gonna watch this, but I want to say this to Miss Melina, Arsenal fan, but do you think Mikel Arteta should sacrifice the League Cup, the FA Cup, and the Champions League that he always do every season to push Man City for that Premier League title? I think if Mikel Arteta don't win anything this season, I think that definitely Arsenal need to definitely think twice about that manager, to be quite honest, because he do got the squad, and I think that he should try to compete for all the trophies, but he always makes sacrifice for the Premier League and still comes up short. So I think this is the season that he need to win something. Those boys need to feel the victory of something. And I think that if he did win for the League Cup or the FA Cup, or something like, or even the UEFA Cup when they were in the UEFA Cup, I think that would have motivate these players and get hungry for more trophies. So I think that he need to cross the line at least one time with this group of players that he got to get them the feeling of the championship, or how to win something. So you can't be challenging for so many years, and don't come up with anything overall. Like, I think that that's not good for these young players. After a while, they're gonna give up. The mentality will broke, because after you reach a point and you can't cross the line, they say pressure burst pipe. So I think that the pressure will melt, because you can see that every time you catch on to the last 4 games of the season, these Arsenal players, you can see on the pitch where they're celebrating every single tackle, every single moment. They never stay calm. Notice Man City. When Man City take the lead, they never been over celebrating. They just go about their business like it's just a normal day. And I think that's what Arsenal lacking. I think they have it too much up in their head about the championship, the championship, the Premier League title, and I think that mentally get to them. So I think that they need to get that out of their headspace and just know that they got a good team and just go out there and try their best, to win every game, then trying to over celebrate in every little moment. That's too much. I think that's their overthinking, and that's the same thing what Pep Guardiola used to do with the Champions League. He always overdo it, overthink, even against Chelsea. To be honest, I'm a Chelsea fan. And I can hold my hand up and I can say that Champions League final against us, Pep Guardiola overthink and use his hand, his hand too early. And that's what Tuchel used and get the best of him. Because when he take the best midfielder in the world out of that game, and overthink it. So I think that that's what Mikel Arteta is doing. I wondering if he's gonna get rid of that dirty habit that he got, and try to get it out of the way. But the next game we're going to move to is Southampton and Bradford. Bradford 3, Southampton 1. You know, this is one that we're all going to, because Ivan Toney carried his team for so many years on his shoulder. Now Ivan Toney's off to Saudi Arabia. So, you know, it was nice to see him in the stand with his for his last dance at that club, giving his fans a goodbye touch. So he's now over there in Saudi Arabia. He's no longer with us in the Premier League. I think that for him, I think it's a good move for him. And the reason why I think it's a good move for him is because of the way he's been treated in England. We all know the little problem he got, but they make it seem like it's the last, it's the last of everything for him, the end of the world. So for him, a new chapter will be good for him. I never see a player like him, good player, but no one wanted him in the Premier League, for the type of striker he is that score more than 20 goals 2 seasons running and still late. Like no one wanted him. That wasn't a good look, to be quite honest. We all know that in life, everyone make mistakes. Mistake is there to made. It's just all you grow from it. And I think that he didn't get a chance to grow from it. Unfortunate. He make his mistake, but he's going to Saudi Arabia where we're going to get the bag anyway. So, I think that he lost of playing in the best league in the world, but he gained, financially where he can take care of his family. So, he lose one way and he win and he gain the other way. The only difference is I don't think he's going to get called up back to the England squad because of him move out to Saudi Arabia. But, oh well, he already represent England. And even though he come off the bench, I think he have a fantastic Euros with the little parts that he played. Every time he get a little chance in the Euros, I think he take that opportunity, very well. So good luck to him, to Saudi Arabia. This game is a game that's really funny to me. Everton Bournemouth. Everton was leading this game 2-0. And it is, don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic comeback, because I watched the game. It's a very entertaining game. I love this type of game because this game was very, very much entertaining. It was really entertaining in my humble opinion. I love it. It really take me off my seat many times. It got me like wondering where's what's going to swing, especially in the second half. When Bournemouth saw this chant their comeback, it definitely was a good outing, good game. But Everton, one of the best defensive last season. Start off the season very, very, very poor. Even though you can't write them off, but this similar like relegation, in my humble opinion. This similar like relegation, because how many times you're gonna shake relegation off? It's gonna be after a while, it's gonna cave in. So let us see what's gonna happen. But it was a very entertaining game. The game finished 3-2 to Bournemouth. Bournemouth 3, Everton 2. And as I said earlier, it was a fantastic game. It was at Goodison Park. It was a very, very entertaining game. The next game is not too much, to be quite honest. In this game, it was Ipswich Town, versus Fulham. And for a lot of you guys probably don't know, it's good to see Ipswich Town back into the Premier League. They've been in the Premier League for many years. When I was younger, I watched Ipswich Town in the Premier League, and it's good to see them back in the Premier League. So Ipswich Town is back in the Premier League. And Ipswich Town won, Fulham won. Wasn't that too much in this game? As I said, both teams get it to win. It was a nice game too. It wasn't that bad. It was a little bit of entertainment there too. We could have gone anywhere, to be quite honest, either way. But this one, the next game is Leicester City and Aston Villa. Aston Villa 2, Leicester City won. Aston Villa, to be quite honest, taking care of these small teams that they need to take care of, it's a good look for them, in my humble opinion. That's what you need to do, especially if you want to challenge for the top four. You have to take care of the teams that's going to be in the lower half of the table. Those are the teams that you need to take points from. So good luck to Aston Villa, with the Champions League, because they're in the Champions League for the first time for how long. So, good luck to them. Again, as I said earlier, Aston Villa, we don't know where they're going to finish, but so far so good. It's not a bad start for them. The next game is Nottingham Forest, Wolverhampton. Wolverhampton, a better performance again this weekend. Last week, they got trashed by Chelsea. But this week, better performance, good result, 1-1 draw with Nottingham Forest. Still expecting a lot of these teams to either play better or get worse, after the transfer window closes. We all expect that that these teams, they're either gonna settle in, or they're definitely gonna fall to the wayside. But it was a good outing for the for Nottingham Forest and Wolverhampton. I think it's a deserved draw, to be quite honest. I don't think both teams do too much to win the game overall. The next game is one that we're gonna step out for a few more seconds. It's West Ham United, Manchester City. Erling Haaland versus West Ham United. Erling Haaland 3, West Ham United 1. Erling Haaland, second hat-trick, back-to-back hat-trick so far in the Premier League. 7 goals in 3 games in the Premier League so far. 7 goals in 3 games so far in the Premier League. Erling Haaland. Let me repeat one more time. 7 goals in 3 games in the Premier League. Back-to-back hat-trick. So far, 7 goals, I think 1 assist or 2 assists. So Manchester City normally start the season off slowly, and they already start the season off banging. So none of us know where this is gonna go. Can they break can they go undefeated this season? Can they do the undefeated? Because so far, with majority of their players even not there, because Rodgers still not there, Foden is not there, so far Gundogan just getting settled back into the team, but as I said, so far so good, so far so good, 3 from 3 for Man City, or I think them and Liverpool is the only team I think that go 3 from 3. So both teams sitting on 9 points. Which we're gonna look on the table a little bit. But Manchester City, definitely pushing, Arsenal this season. So you caught up if you can. But this game, that next game coming up, we have to look at it. Say Chelsea 1, Crystal Palace 1, and for me, my thoughts on the Chelsea game: dominate the ball, still show a lot of signs, that in the future we're gonna dominate team, we're gonna take team off the park, and still need to be clinical in front of goal. No, we're gonna say, or if you watch Chelsea session yesterday, I know you guys gonna say, "Oh, we hear everything. Where is everything? Everything this what I said about what his name? Victor Osimhen. Yeah, so Victor Osimhen, as I said, I would love Chelsea to get a striker. We definitely need a striker. Not saying we don't need a striker. We need a striker. But in my humble opinion, I know for a fact that that I didn't want Victor Osimhen of the way how him and his agent, is being carried himself since the transfer window, the way how they've been talking in the media and saying a lot of stuff in the media. I didn't like it. It smells like Lukaku to me, in my humble opinion. It smells more of a Lukaku problem, gonna be developing there, if things don't go the way I was supposed to go. So I would rather my team go with what we got, to be quite honest, and just know that that's what we got, and we're gonna use it to the best of our ability, than to go in for a player that smells like trouble. He's very outspoken person, nothing wrong with that, but there's a time and place for everything. He like to use social media to leak out sounds, similar just like Lukaku. So I'm not saying that we shouldn't have go for him, but I'm just saying, like, I'm in my humble opinion, just this is my opinion, not you guys' opinion, but this is my opinion. I'm kind of glad that we didn't get him. We can look for a better alternative. We can try to see if we can get someone different, in my humble opinion. I think that definitely strikers gonna pop up in the market. It's too expensive of a deal anyway. Big up Indefinite Supreme. Thank you for tuning in, bro. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Please, guys, who's watching, we got 12 person watching right now. If you guys can go over and subscribe to the Notorious Stash YouTube channel, we appreciate it. Go over there and drop a like. She got a lot of content coming. So thank you guys again, to go over there and subscribe. But I know Indefinite Supreme. I know that Information Supreme. Sorry. I know that yesterday on Chelsea Session, we weren't too much in an agreement on the Victor Osimhen situation. But I know you got your takes and I got my takes, because you definitely need a striker and I need a striker too. But it's just the way it's going. That's why I was disagreeing against the Victor Osimhen. Still going to take my claims on it. I think that they did not deal with their situation properly from day one in Napoli. They give him that pay raise. Him and Napoli fall out. They come to an agreement, give me a big pay raise. So when I leave and go to a Premier League club, I can get that big pay wage because of what happened in Napoli. We all know what happened with Victor Osimhen in Napoli. And then they make an agreement. We give you this pay raise, and we're gonna bump your price tag up. So both of us win. Is a win-win. When you go to your new club, you will get this fat paycheck, and we get this big lump sum of money, for you. But it backfired because the SSP and the PRS, or whatever you want to call them, the financial fair play and all of that, make it couldn't happen. So every team is running from the big outlet, where they're gonna have to pay so much money. Definitely it's definitely not a good look. 4 in a row. Big up, Man City, 4 in a row. Man City Blue, 5 in a row. You guys look like you guys can win it, in my humble opinion. With that Gundogan signing, my take. So I was leaning towards Manchester to Arsenal, and when you guys make that Gundogan signing, I kind of like that. Kind of lean me back towards City, because doesn't matter. He is the former captain that lift the trigger, and not only that, with him come back in that dressing room, it give that dressing room a big lift. It give that dressing room another hunger, because he's gonna come in hungry, because he missed out on that last title, so he's gonna come in hungry, So I think that he come into that dressing room again. It's a massive, massive difference. I think he lift that dressing room to be hungry again. Because as I said, I never see Manchester City start off this well in a Premier League season. They always start off slowly. So with him in that dressing room, he's come back with a hunger because he missed last season. The player was there last season. They're probably going to be relaxed. But with him, he's going to light fire. He's going to light fire on everyone's shoes there for them to perform because he want that. So I think that's a big win for Manchester City in the transfer window. A lot of people saying you guys didn't sign a lot of players, but I don't think you guys need a lot of players. He makes a lot of difference. I know that we're gonna say that you guys lose, one of your best goal scorer last season, but if you take that and put that aside, Gundogan gonna chip in with goals because he is a goal scoring midfielder. And I think he definitely in Sevilla, I definitely know that he's gonna score. So for me, the table turn for right now, in my humble opinion. I think my humble opinion is telling me right now that the title turns back to Manchester City again. So 4 in a row could be 5 in a row. Let us see what Arsenal are going to do because Arsenal signed Raheem Sterling. I have to throw that one in there, but Arsenal signed Raheem Sterling. Can he be the Raheem Sterling from Liverpool? And we don't know. Or can he be the Raheem Sterling was at Man City for the first 2 seasons? We don't know. Or can he be the Raheem Sterling that was at Chelsea? What can I tell you? I don't know. He can be either. So 4 in a row, definitely correct. First time I'm seeing you here, so I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, if you don't mind. I really appreciate it. But as I said, Manchester City, the table turn. I used to say Arsenal probably gonna lick it this time around, but if you notice, my tone kind of changed a little bit because of the one signing that I see come in through the door. That one signing makes a big difference. You don't have to make 5 or 6 signings to show your hands, or what you are capable of doing. One signing alone, definitely make a big difference. And that's what exactly happened right here with Manchester City. That one signing is a signing that's already know the club, already know no one he don't need to settle in. No one need to show him nothing. Arsenal gonna have players that have to bed in. That signing do not have to bed in. He already bed in because he already know his way around that football club. No one need to tell him what to do. He already know the system. No one need to teach him anything about that system. No one at all have to teach him anything. Before we go back to Chelsea, we go back to Chelsea a little bit from this and the Victor Osimhen. Let me finish up the Premier League result. So this big one, Newcastle 2, Tottenham 1. A lot of people telling me Tottenham gonna be this unstoppable force this season. But so far so bad. It's not a good look so far for them. I think that Tottenham, the manager is stubborn. He don't like to change his system. As I said, Newcastle look very, very good. Isak, I would take Isak right now if I could. I definitely think that Isak would be a wonderful striker for my team. If we got Isak, he would probably sitting on 9 goals already with Erling Haaland. We'd probably be up there because of the amount of chance that we created and the deadly finisher of Isak. But Tottenham. So Tottenham right now, it seems like they're having a bad start. The big game of the day, the biggest rival in English football. One of the biggest rival in English football, Manchester United versus Liverpool. Liverpool, So Liverpool, Liverpool, Liverpool. Liverpool 3, Manchester United 0. And the gameplay at Old Trafford. Guys, the gameplay at Old Trafford. And Liverpool go to Old Trafford and teach Manchester United a lesson. They give them bruises. They give them bruises like they're riding the motorcycle and the motorcycle trip over with them. They're sailing on the asphalt road, on the highway, scraping up all their bodies over. That's how much Liverpool take care of Manchester United. Liverpool whoop them with the switch. Liverpool dominate them. Liverpool take them to the cleaners. Liverpool mop the floor with them. What else can I put it? Liverpool dominated Manchester United at Old Trafford. Liverpool take them wherever they want to. Liverpool have them on the leash. Liverpool calm them, keep them quiet. Liverpool put them for a nap. That's how much Liverpool destroyed Manchester United today. Not throwing shades on Manchester United fans, because we do got Manchester United fans that watch the channel, but Liverpool take you guys to the cleaners, and that's just the fact. Liverpool, Mo Salah seems like he's a new man on the slot. He seems like he is a new man that born, in my humble opinion. In my humble opinion. They take Manchester United to the cleaners. They mop the floor with them. What a performance from Liverpool. I don't think Manchester United get a chance at their goal. So Liverpool 3, Manchester United 0. Casemiro have a horrible game. Casemiro seems like he's finished. He's done. He's ready to go to Saudi for the big payout. That's how bad he was. But he's just unfortunate. It's a very, very unfortunate. I was looking for a better game, to be quite honest. I want to be entertained, a little bit. But I guess Liverpool told me that I wasn't going to be entertained today, so they take care of them very, very, very good and properly. But so far so good. The Premier League, guys, is back. So far so good. It's not a bad look. The Premier League, as I said, is back. So far so good. It's a wonderful, wonderful Premier League season, guys. It's back upon us. So let me run through the games on September the 14th. Saturday, that's when the Premier League will be back, on September the 14th. So Southampton, Manchester United is going away to Southampton. Ipswich Town is going away to Brighton. Leicester City away to Crystal Palace. West Ham United away to Fulham. The mighty Liverpool home to Nottingham Forest. Manchester City, the champions, home to Bradford. Always give them problems. Always give them a tough game. Let us see how that one go. Aston Villa home to Everton. And then the final game on the Saturday is going to be Chelsea away to Bournemouth. Then, guys, this is where it gets very interesting. Sunday, September the 15th. Make it a game, but don't be late. It started bright and early. It's the North London Derby. Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal. Probably Sterling gonna make his debut there. And then you're gonna have Wolverhampton versus Newcastle. So the game for Tottenham and Arsenal is going to play at the Tottenham Stadium. So Arsenal is away to Tottenham. and Newcastle is away to Wolverhampton. So that's the next Premier League game, rounds of games that's going to play, guys. So we almost hit the 50 minute mark, where that's how I said I was going to round off the Premier League segment. So let me refresh it. Southampton versus on the September the 14th. Southampton versus Manchester United, and that's an early kickoff, a lunchtime kickoff in England. For us in the United States, it's 7:30 kickoff in the morning. So Brighton, Ipswich Town, Crystal Palace, Leicester, Fulham, West Ham United, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Man City, Brentford, and Aston Villa, Everton, Bournemouth, Chelsea. And then we got the big one, the North London Derby. That's on the 15th of September. We're going to have Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal. And then Wolverhampton versus Newcastle. So that's all the games after the international break. So in 2 weeks from now, that's all the games after the international break. So for all of those, who's here, to tune in, we'll probably do some watch along in that time, even though I don't like to do watch alongs, to be quite honest, because especially when I'm watching, when Chelsea are playing and I'm watching, it's hard for me to do watch along because sometimes I get very emotional and tense, and I don't want to be that guy, I don't want to be that one. So I can't promise that I can do watch along, but it would be nice though, to interact with you guys while the game is going on, so let us see how it goes. No promises, but let us see how it goes. So tomorrow, I'm going to try to bring you guys some content, let us see all the news that's going to come out today till tomorrow, and then we'll see if enough news are there, then we can do some content. So guys, tune in, to see hit the notification bell. So when I upload, you guys can tune in and come in and interact. 4 in a row. I really appreciate it, bro. I hope you subscribe, and tuned in. And thank you for coming, bro. I really appreciate it. Sorry, I'm keep on saying bro. I don't know if it's a lady, or I'm sorry, forgive me, if I'm wrong, but I appreciate it. I appreciate you tuning in. But the transfer windows have come and closed, and this is what I want to close off with. Who have the best transfer window so far? And tomorrow I'm going to do a video, because I should do a video separate for that one, I think, because there's 20 teams. It will be unfair, for me just to do a few teams. I know the title said, transfer deadline and the Premier League show. So I just want to say my bad. I'm sorry. I should do a show tomorrow. In case, Infamous Supreme said definitely not Chelsea. Why do you think it's not Chelsea? I need some more clarification on that one. Why do you think it's not Chelsea? Where did you think Chelsea short to have an excellent transfer window? Where do you think they could have improved? Even though we want to save that one for tomorrow's show, but can you explain to me why you think? Because for me, I think Manchester City have one of the best transfer window, even though they only got 2 players in. I think Manchester City have one of the best transfer window. And I will give you my reason why. I think Manchester City have one of the best transfer window, because they're able to keep Kevin De Bruyne, and they're able to keep Edison. And not only that, they get back Gundogan, so I think definitely keeping those get that player in and keep those 2 players is key to what Manchester City can bring this season. I think it's definitely something different. Okay. Well, we all can agree, no striker, no experienced center back. You correct. You're correct. I definitely think that we should have, even though the Levi Colwell and Fofana partnership is looking good, but I think that with Fofana, because we all know he get called up to the French national team too. So I don't think he's ready for so many games. I think that Chelsea should have turned that call up down. That's my humble opinion, because I think that we have to Guardiola bring him in. And the last time he get injured, I think is when he get called up to that French national team and he go there, he get injured in that training. The last time when he got injured and out for so long. So I think that that's one that we should have taken into consideration. But I wouldn't say I wouldn't say it's too bad. I would say that some of the attackers that come in, I definitely want to see, because when I went to that preseason game, I saw that those wingers that we got wasn't up to the time. To be quite honest, they weren't up to the time at all. So I definitely think that we should have strengthened that area. We did, but I think that we should have get a better another defender. And I still I still got a big concern about the goalkeeper. Even though the goal that scored today was right there from the 18-yard box, but I saw keeper make a lot of magnificent save from that direction too. So it's one to look into, and it's one that we definitely gonna have a conversation about tomorrow. I definitely want to do a stream on that one tomorrow. Probably for about an hour. Let me see all my rest of content creators in the community, see what time they set up their stream for. So I'll try to work with everyone, to be quite honest, see if we can work around the time. But definitely is one that I think that I definitely can do a stream about, probably a little bit earlier to match the UK time. Let us see. Let me see if there let me see if there is any news that popped up, since after the game go off. Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is how it's set up so Manchester City is on 9 points, a plus 7 goals. So Manchester City, 3 games out of 3. Liverpool, 3 games out of 3. So that's Liverpool so far, guys. I think both teams sitting on seven goals difference. Then we got Brighton with 7 points. Arsenal with 7 points. Arsenal sitting in 4th on 7 points. Newcastle sitting 5th on 7 points. Bradford on 6 points. Aston Villa on 6. Bournemouth on 5. Nottingham Forest on 5. Tottenham 4 points. Chelsea 4 points, sitting at 11th. So Tottenham and Chelsea is 10th and 11th, facing off each other. Fulham 12 with 4 points. West Ham sitting there on 3 points, in 13th. Manchester United is there 14th and 3 points. Leicester City 1 point, sitting there in 15th place. And Crystal Palace, Charity FC gave them a points today, so sitting there 16th on 1 point. Ipswich on 1 point, sitting in 17th. Wolverhampton sitting right there and 1 points in 18th. And we all know Southampton 19th, no points, and also Everton, no points at all so far. So those are all the results of the Premier League this weekend. And those are the standing. So Man City first, Liverpool second, Brighton third, Arsenal fourth, Newcastle fifth, Bradford sixth, Aston Villa seventh, Bournemouth eighth, Nottingham Forest ninth, Tottenham 10, Chelsea 11th, Fulham 12, West Ham United 13, Manchester United 14th, Leicester City 15th, and Crystal Palace 16th, and in 17th is Ipswich Town, and 18th Wolverhampton, 19th Southampton, and 20th place. That's for you, Everton. So give me a second, guys, before I close off the show. Make sure we are on point. See if any news popped up. See what's popping in the space. Let me see what Fabrizio say. If Fabrizio 2 minutes ago, this is Mo Salah. Okay, if for all the Barcelona fans or who follow Barcelona, Barcelona official statement deny they plan to part ways with director Deco. He's staying at the club, a part of the plan. So I guess Deco was staying at Barcelona. That's the only. Okay, so Ten Hag for all the Manchester United people. So this is Ten Hag. I do not think it's right to say it's feel the same as last year. So what all the Manchester United fans, what you think of what Ten Hag said? It doesn't feel like it's the same like last season. Do you think that Manchester United should sack Ten Hag? Do you think that Ten Hag is the right man for Manchester United? Leave it in the comment section. This one is from Germany. Thomas Muller entered the pitch and make history as Bayern Munich record player. So he makes 710 games for the club. So 710 games for Bayern Munich. That's a milestone right there. Yes, keep Ten Hag. I want him to keep him too, to be quite honest. And both of us are the same. And both of us have a reason why we want to keep Ten Hag. So because we're a Chelsea fan, I know the Manchester City fan will say the same thing too, and all the rest of fans. I know they will definitely will say keep Ten Hag, to be quite honest. Oh, Mariska have spoken about the Osimhen deal. Oh, so he's saying that we want the player, but he's saying that. Oh, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Are you So for all the Chelsea fans, Malo Gusto, it wasn't an hamstring problem. It was just a muscular injury. So therefore, he suffers a muscular injury. So therefore, it seems like it won't be too long for him to be back on the pitch. Malago Ugarte unveiled at Old Trafford. So there's not a lot of news going on here. You know, it's not a lot. So for right now, guys, I want to say, you know, thank you each and everyone that tuned in. You know, it was lovely Premier League show. I'm gonna change over the title, you know, and see if we can do another stream for tomorrow. So guys, tuned in for the show tomorrow. You know, we're gonna talk about the transfer deadline day tomorrow, to be quite honest, because I think I should have done these shows separate. So I want to say thank you to each and everyone that tuned in, to your boy GSC Garvin and Infamous Supreme. You know, this is for you. So I want to say thank you each and everyone tuned in. I thought it was a news popped up, but it wasn't any news. So there's nothing much to talk about today, guys. So tomorrow, you know, tuned in, we're gonna see if we can make a very, very important show for all of you guys. So tomorrow, definitely, you know, one to look out for. I'm gonna do all my research today. So I want to say thank you, guys. Remember, please like, share, and subscribe. And those over on those who watching over there on let me see, on X, you know, I really appreciate you. You know, but if you guys can come over to YouTube and subscribe to YouTube and be a part of what's going on, you know, over here on YouTube, because we're gonna have a lot of giveaways, especially in the Premier League season, you know, starting in November. That's when the excitement. Well, I'm waiting until all the teams are settled in, you know, fully, because, you know, you have to give the teams time to settle in, to bed in. So the best part of, you know, the Premier League is going to start from November, in my humble opinion, because all the teams and all the coaches will already have time to bed all their players in, you know, especially in between these international break. So that's when the Premier League is gonna be interested. And that's where you guys have to tune in, because that's where you guys can represent your club, you know, the best way possible. Sorry, guys. So I want to say thank you. And remember, have a wonderful day. And big up, bro. I really appreciate it. Tomorrow, my king. All right, man. See you tomorrow.
From a bad place, oh yeah. Tryna be a better me just for you. But it ain't easy, it's hard to get used to. Minding my own business, I'm not worried about what he do. Cause nowadays, all it is to be see-through. I always said this is that I'm staying around people. Finding my own path like I'm writing my own sequel. Two-faced people all around, they be evil. 2021, you can never trust nobody. Good and bad thoughts on my mind, they be crowded. Pushing to get past his limits, then he bought it. Family work hard, but I never guess I'm found it. Came a long way in my dream, now I be drawn it. They dying, I got some hearts pounded. Multi-talented, my passion, I haven't found it. Yeah, in my home, I was never ever doubted. I'm here from a bad place, oh yeah. Tryna be a better me just for you. But it ain't easy, it's hard to get used to. Minding my own business, I'm not worried about what he do. Cause nowadays, all it needs to be see.